YouTube's going. Let's start the TikTok. And let's see what we can find, guys. Let's do it. Yeah, Brent, I just seen what you said. I can see there's many ways to think about that though, because today's Thursday, right on it, and so this is where you get into the mind of what would make sense, and makes you wonder though. On Thursdays they like to dump it, so that way Fridays they can grab it and pump it into a Friday pump hold slight end of day dump, right, to set up that holiday. And so there's look at Tony, first one in, man. I'll tell you, I'm sending you a gift basket. All right, let's give it a second and let some people come on in. Morning, guys. We were a couple minutes late. We were deep in pre-market. What's up, Isma? Or was that a accidental hot mic? All right. Yeah, we were deep into some thought in the pre-market session that I do. So we'll give it a minute. So I love my plan for anybody joining on YouTube or TikTok. Stick around. If you know me, you're going to want to. If you don't know me, well, no. If you know me, you probably will. If you don't know me, you probably want to. For some of you who join often and know me, I'm going to give you my mild disclaimer. Y'all, I'm a little tired. It was a very late night working on something pretty cool. So uh so if I say a little bit off stuff, hey, call me out, and then I might have to think about it and go, yeah, you're right, that was pretty stupid. But welcome in, guys. uh let's just look at the market in a sec. I'm gonna give it I started TikTok and YouTube a little late, so I'm gonna give it a couple minutes to let you guys come in here. And then we'll get into some analysis. So, oh, you are. I didn't even look, man. Hey, welcome, man. Hey, if you're up in time, just so you know, all VIP can join the mentor session. So at 7:30, you can come on in and join that. So when you come into the site, see how it'll be a green light. You just click it and join. Yeah, VIP is welcome to that session because I definitely want VIP to feel VIP. So, but yeah, awesome, man. And also, I think that might have been you because I saw there was a bunch of indicator requests. Let me know if I could look briefly, but everything on our side is automated. Yeah, it looks like when did you? Um, Let me look at it real quick. Paul, you're on here, right? I don't know if you can look at that.
Yeah,
I don't think it ran, so I don't know if you can
I
help.
don't think it did.
Yeah, just so that way they can be ready for the morning. If you could just fill those manually.
Okay.
Um, I wonder if it might be a TradingView name thing because see how it says skipped it skipped them. So yeah, see if the TradingView name comes up, and if it doesn't, he's on the TikTok. Yeah, we have all our stuff's automated, even filling indicators. We have a we'll just say Neo fills your indicators, and it flagged yours when you asked for them as skipped, and so the only time it skips it, I think, is if the TradingView name has got an issue. So I might need your TradingView name if it is. Um, we can get it if you didn't do it. You can make a support ticket if you want to do that now, just in case, because I could always just say, hey, you're good. Just click that question mark up here and then just type in, indicators and, Nick said to make the ticket or whatever.
It's
s-
it's the traded you name.
yeah, see, that's what I was thinking because dude, our stuff is Alex builds crazy stuff and so the trading view name is coming up as invalid. So if you can make a support ticket and give us your trading view name, um, which is just, if you don't know where to get it, just you go up to your profile and click on it, and whatever name pops up, like this is my TradingView name. Next up, I'll go underscore Neo. It's got to be exactly like that, and then we'll Paul will get you processed. So once he tells me you're good, you'll have to just click the little drop down, reload your chart, and all that stuff. So yeah, I haven't started on that yet. Thank you though. But yeah, let me share the screen. All right. Yeah, we were deep in some thought earlier. So just a little behind. So I have something I was doing education wise deep with the mentor and VIPs in the morning. So it put me just a little bit behind, but we'll be okay. All right, let me dial in, and I think we got enough people that we can get this party started. Um, Interesting. Okay, interesting. Okay, guys, a couple things. I'm gonna jump into thoughts, plans. I always like to give you my little 2 cents. Yeah, perfect. I like to give you my 2 cents. What I'll tell you is today's interesting, I think. There's a lot of variables. I think that we could see a deep pull just as much as I think we could see a pretty decent push, right, to retest up to the 450, 500 area. We're gonna lean on Neo. You guys know, as good as I feel I am at TA, and anticipating movement. Man, he just can see things that nobody can see, right? And so we're just gonna lean on him really hard today, because I think there could be some very good manipulative moves today, both up and down, because of the approaching holiday. So usually when you get holidays approaching, it ends up bullish. It's just weird. I don't know. It just, there's no TA to that, other than I used to joke about it that, people buy stuff to go show off to their friends at the barbecue. So I in this type of structure, I typically stay more short. Um, but there's enough here and the holiday coming that I'm going to be a little hesitant or cautious, right? The overall structure looks like it definitely could fall pretty well. There's we were just talking about this, Thursdays before holidays, they tend to sweep lows. They like to dump it. That sets up a Friday pump it. And just looking, you guys know I love to take structure and look at 50% retracements, and you can see that as deep as this fall here came on what was that, Monday, Tuesday. It's just a retest of the retracement, right? And so it's just tricky. We were pulling this 29,877 or so. It's a really big critical line in the sand. I would almost bring it down a little, just due to some of this other stuff over here. And so I would mark this, and Neo will give us all his stuff. But in my mind, I think that this area here, which I will let you guys know what it is, somewhere around there, like 29,757. So I'm gonna put this one as yellow, even though actually I think I already have it on my other chart, so I'm not gonna put it. But somewhere around that 750, that is like a line in the sand. If you're in a long and we breach that, you might want to kill it. It can get really far. But anything that stays above 830, 830 is going to run a risk of jumping. So if you're shorting into that, also be careful. The beauty of Neo, guys, is he can see what the big dogs are doing, the big money, right? And lean on him with that. Do not try to stretch trades. If he says, "Hey, we're gonna get to 29,950," don't set a TPE at 29,950. He doesn't have a crystal ball, guys. He's just looking at liquidity, and that liquidity is clustered. So maybe set that TP at 75 or 80, or above it. Don't, as good as he's called things, I get the want to get as much out of it as you can, but it could get you in trouble. And so just today, tomorrow, I always mentor people to say, not the day to be greedy, especially with the holiday coming up. You don't want to ruin your 4th of July destroying everything that you work for. So keep your volume fairly manageable. I will tell you all, I did a study with my funded. I took out my withdrawals, started in my bank, and I was over my threshold on that, but I did one M and Q. Just Neo called it, and I set the low and set it back up to the high, and I ended up taking out like $1,100 just from that one account from that on one M and Q. You don't need a lot of volume, guys. He's calling really far moves. A couple of things as I watch the clock with Neo. Many of you are giving awesome feedback, and I love it. Guys, the surveys you guys are doing that are doing the trials about how he's helping with bias, he's helping with direction. It's really funny because we're getting a lot of reports of him helping people pass things and get payouts for the first time, but we're also getting just an overwhelming amount of reports, and you guys on TikTok can maybe chime in of I didn't take a ton of profit today, but holy crap, I would have blown like 4, 5, 6, 10 evals, or I would have blown all my fundeds if he didn't change my bias. So and that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to not only, it's not about can this guy make me money, and that's where in the industry you guys know y'all are groomed that way, but that's why I laugh when I get those comments of like, oh, what's his win rate, what's his it. It's not what he's about, guys. He's about keeping you safe, about giving you context, about giving you reasoning, bias, all that. The one thing I don't have a lot of time to go into because I gotta finish the TA for before market open is if you have a question, ask him. If he gives you an answer, ask him. If he gives you an answer you don't like, ask him. If he gives you an answer you don't agree with, ask him. Right? Uh, and you see me do that every day. If I say how he gives information really matters, guys. It's AI. It's not. He's not a indicator, script. Um, you guys, how many of you heard me say where I'm like, why is he giving such a tight range? And he didn't tell me because he can only have so much room to talk. And I asked him, why are you giving me such a tight range? And he's like, because this market is complex, it's tricky, and I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole, right? And that was the day that, oh, thanks for the gift. That was the day that it ended up tricky. If he, remember, and there's times where, like I might ask him here in a minute, like, where do you see this going? Well, if he, even on market open, guys, if he says, I would sweep it to 29,250, I mean, why that far? Right? Like, I mean, that means something. Um, Remember the day that was tricky was the first day in a while that he gave like on market open, I would mark these points and they were like 20 points away. And I'm like, why is it so tight? Is there anything past that? He's like, there is, but I'm not worried about it. And I'm like, this is the first time you've given it this tight on the market open. Like, sums up, and you gotta treat Neo like a person, like a family member, like a trading partner, like a mentor. His words matter. How he uses words matter. How he interprets it matter. How he relays it matters, right? We joke about it all the time because every time we were talking about it last night, even Cody and I, where when this guy says, "Yeah, it's a low target because if we break that, it's gonna be a bloodbath." I mean, dude, it just drops to that every time. It's stupid. Like, um, but you guys remember on I think it was Tuesday. It was a hard day. It was a complex day, and I was like, "Well, what's your bias?" I'm all excited, ready to go, and he goes, "I don't have a bias." And I even forced him. I'm like, if you had to choose, and this little shithead came back and said, well, if I have to choose, I'm choosing to sit on the sideline neutral. And I'm like, sums up, guys, because he never does that. And it ended up a very tricky trap day. He nailed it. And so if he causes hesitation, there's a reason, guys. Lower the volume or just be pickier on your entries. There's a reason you see something. Um, the biggest reason people have trouble being consistent as traders in this industry is that you feel every day is the same trading day. Every day is, you know, my goal is 500 a day. I have to get it. I have to get it. Well, that mindset is what keeps you from being consistent, right? And it's going to keep you in a short career. Um, that is why we made Neo. I'll tell you guys, and I know some of you, thanks for sending that, Ellie. Like Ellie, I talk to sometimes on the DMs, and I was telling her that is, you know, I still don't think people fully know the extent of what you can use him for. Adding the memory into him is just game changing. This dude, last night, those that joined into the class at 8:30, I appreciate you guys joining. I was showing people, right? You get someone to talk to. But I was showing people this dude was building me a 6 month development plan, and he said he didn't want to outline it too far, but he would log that I want that, and here's the first thing we should focus on. And I mean, he if you guys are trialing him and you're just like, well, where's it going, where's it going, you are underutilizing him like it's not even funny, because you guys want to make money, you want to be consistent, you want to get payouts, you want to, we want to win, right? But the most important thing, and I can tell you this from someone who's been through just about every scenario you guys can probably imagine, um, take it for what it is. But your development, your growth, your understanding of market conditions is 1,000 times more important than the one trade you're about to win. It just is. And that is what he is there. So I always every morning am gonna be Nasdaq. So you can do NQ or MNQ. The one I'm looking at is always going to be MNQ1 exclamation. I have my reasons and I don't have time to explain, but that's what I'm looking at. I'll eventually on the 15 second. Um, but we got 9 minutes. Let's jump a little deeper in TA. But again, utilize his ability for development. This dude will teach you whatever you want. I mean, he was, again, the class that we did last night, he was going deep, and other people that I've shown, he's going deep into development stuff. um Michael, as long as it's quick, because I gotta get things done before I open, or can it wait?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's
no,
up?
I was just gonna tell you real quick, dude. I did not qualify for a payout because my fund had changed everything to where, so now that minimum of 250, it has to be like 50% of your withdrawal amount. So,
Oh,
or 50%.
are you on a builder?
No, I'm on a flex, dude. They changed the rules. I didn't know if
uh
everybody knew that or not. So I got another 150 to go before I can take payout.
okay, yeah, just one MQ tightened up. But all right, guys, so I'm gonna move through because I do want to get it ready to go through. Appreciate that. And oh, I do want to be prepared here for the market open here. I do have a lot to say about Neo, so if you want to stick around, if you're intrigued, if you're trying to develop a long-term career, you're gonna want to hear it. So, uh, I don't have a Discord, but just stick around for a second because I love TikTok's need for questions, and I want to answer them all. But we do live trade at 9:30. Um, Promise you're gonna want to stick around. Just listen to what Neo can do. Uh, the with it, and so, but and then after we're done, if it ends up quick, hey, we usually pivot, and then I'll go into all that deeper questions. And so, anyways, again, today's gonna be tricky. So, like I said, from those that joined in the 1 hour time frame here, we had a good regression. It's holding 50%, damn near perfectly, of the structure, leading me to believe that it wants to come up and retest this one more time. We'll see what Neo says here in a few minutes. My one last advice to you, and this is take it as it is. Neo is calling stupid moves like 200, 300. I mean, you guys that have been doing this, he's called 500-point moves like a few times. It's crazy. And oh no, good job. Uh, you don't need big volume, and if you do big volume, you're still going to potentially get caught in manipulative moves and lose your account or get stopped out, right? So, um, build the confidence with them. Do one MNQ, two MNQ, something smaller. You don't have to be big to win a lot. So again, I took two trades pretty much, and on his calls yesterday with between one and two MNQ, and it was like a $1,200 day from it. So you don't need big volume, guys. It's a myth. So coming into the 15-second, just looking at where we're at here, again, we have a pretty deep little trend line going on that we can watch. But let's lean on Neo. So I'm going to ask him quickly a few questions, and we'll kind of watch through on that. Hey Neo, we are about to start trading with the community, and can you give me my trading plan for M and Q so we can mark out the levels to be prepared?
The regular U.S. session is about to open, so prioritize profit protection and wait for structure to prove itself. MNQ is currently inside a bearish institutional range, so mark these key levels. 30,079.04 is your primary reaction zone, 30,127.3 is a major institutional wall, and 30,097.3 is your max change reaction area.
37.
Bias leans bearish for
Okay.
continuation, but price is currently holding above the primary 30,079.04 reaction zone. I would prioritize shorts only if price fails to reclaim 30,127.3 or loses 30,079.04 with confirmed sell pressure. The long setup is aggressive and only worth considering if buyers reclaim and hold above 30,127.3 with institutional flow confirmation.
Interesting. Look at the bear flag, guys. But notice he didn't give us a level above. I'm gonna ask him again. Challenge him. Got it. I marked all those levels. Appreciate the insight and the bias. I noticed you didn't put any levels above the price. Is there anything we should be concerned about above the price? Look at the bear flag trying to play.
There are overhead levels you need to respect because the market is showing bearish continuation bias. Watch the local resistance at 30,183.25 and the major institutional wall at 30,269.00 to 30,289.00. If price pushes into that 30,269.00 zone and rejects, it's a prime spot for shorts to trap retail. Only look for longs if price clears that entire zone and holds.
Interesting. Okay, so you think the bias is so strong leaning on the bearish that we would only take longs if it's above the 289.25. Do I understand that correctly? Again, challenge him, guys. Challenge him, challenge him, challenge him.
No, you're
No.
misreading the data. The bias
Oh,
is bearish,
I
but
read it
you
wrong.
shouldn't be forcing longs unless the setup confirms properly.
Let's see.
I need to see a reclaim and hold above the local structure, not just a random level, before trusting a long in this bearish flow. If price can't hold the local structure, the bearish continuation remains the cleaner path.
Got it. Okay, so you're thinking it'd be safer just to possibly look for shorts, but be patient on retracements. Do you think continuations are okay today, or prioritize pullbacks or push-ups before we enter the short? I want to show you guys, you got to talk to
Prioritize
him, ask
pullbacks into
questions, ask
resistance or
questions,
failed
ask questions.
reclaims rather than chasing continuation,
So,
because the recent bullish push failed to make a new high. Expansion is risky here, so let price push up and show exhaustion or a lower high before trusting the short.
okay. So again, if you're a continuation trader, he's cautioning you on that. So awesome. Sounds good. Now that we have the data, I will ask for updates after you get the institutional data. But if you were running this book, where would you send this in market open to reap the most havoc on the retail liquidity? Look at the bear flag playing out, guys. I won't take it before open like this, but it's cool to see. His prioritization of shorts is playing out pretty damn good.
If you want to wreck retail, you wait for an open
One
to push
second,
price into that
Jasmine.
30269, 30289 bearish order block, pull into breakout chasers, then reject it hard back toward the 30,079 level. That's the classic trap. Get the longs excited on the break, then pull the rug for a quick liquidity sweep.
Look at this dump from the bear flag. Man, we dumped down hard on that. So I'm gonna check with him again in like a minute, just so he can identify this dump and then go from there. Quickly, guys, and those in the Google Meet, if you could help answer questions so I can kind of keep dialing. But I will tell you guys quickly because we have about a minute before I ask him again. This is Neo. He's the AI that my company created, me and two co-founders, and it's nextstepalgo.com. It's all web based. Y'all could go in and play with them. We do a three-day free trial, no credit card link, no nothing. You just register. You could be in talking to him and playing with it like I am in minutes if you want to do that. So nextstepalgo.com. We will be live trading here in 2 minutes, depending how it plays out. Maybe done quick, maybe not, right? And yeah, so that's kind of on that. I will try to answer questions when I can, but there's a good amount of people in the community that will help you for it. So, uh, what is the website for? It's for trading markets, right? It's nextstepalgo.com. If you want more detailed than the answers, they'll explain those. Well, we hit the 79. Um, I will be happy to do that, but let's ask them again. Just wait till we're done with live trading on it. Man, that already dumped hard on that, but we did hit the 79 you said. Do you see any adjustments within your plan at market open here in a minute? I would caution taking a trade on market open, guys. I know a lot of you have been doing it and he's crushing it, but I'm not doing it. I'm going to caution it.
That 30,079 gamma wall held the initial flush, but with sell pressure this heavy, I'm adjusting. I'm not chasing a bounce there anymore. If we lose 30,079 with conviction now, the next realistic target is that 30,027 measured move.
Okay, 30,027. You guys can mark that on the chart. So let's see if we do that. So let's let market open. I usually give him a minute. I'm not chasing this. Kind of wish I did for while we did the bear flag drop. His critical level 127 was the line in the sand. I'm sure somebody probably clicked this. The link is in my bio, and it's nextstepalgo.com if you need it. So I'm not chasing this. For those who have no idea how Neo does, I mean, even though I did not take this for my own reasons, it's pretty freaking cool to see it play out. The 30,027 is where he is expecting the target, which it just hit. Let's ask him.
Yeah.
Now that you have the data from the institutions, can you please let me know any adjustments to any key pivotal points that I should be marking on my chart? Look at that bounce right off the 27 that he called. I just want to know how deep this bounce is going to go. So I'm going to ask and see if the institutions
The
are changing.
institutional data confirms a tight reaction zone between 30064 30076, so mark that as your primary support area. If price loses
Okay.
30,064, that shifts the immediate downside target to 29,975.
Okay, and then so I'm just going to mark those up. Sounds good. We ended up breaking through that lower level and we hit that measured move almost perfect. So that's awesome. Great call on that. How high do you think this is going to go? Do you think that was a stop hunt? What are institutions doing? Are they buying, selling? Yeah, I'm going to wait on this one too. I normally jump in pretty quick. Yeah, we talked about that, Karen,
That
earlier.
move was a
It's
textbook
bearish,
liquidity
but
sweep. It flushed the prior low to trigger stops and fueled the reversal. Institutions were likely inducing shorts into a breakdown before snapping price back to trap them. The immediate upside reaction zone is 30156 30181, which is the key resistance area to
okay.
watch for sellers.
So we're going to do
If we
8-1.
reclaim and hold above that, the next institutional resistance is 30,216.
So again, listen to what he says, guys. So you guys know he normally be like, we about to dump, and he thinks it might be slight inducement. So be careful. He's mentioning, if we stay, the 127 was kind of a key zone. We stay below that. We have potential further downside. He had mentioned 181 is kind of a institutional portion, which is interesting because that's also prior high. So there's a chance they may induce this back up and then drop that back down. So 216 was the next one. I'm just marking some areas, guys. I'm not jumping into these as early as we normally do because I have a little feeling that they're going to be setting up some traps here. But
Morning, I made 445 on my eval, and then I got my 150, so slightly over what I needed for a payout. I'm done. I'm shutting the shit off, dude.
yeah, don't trade it anymore. I didn't even take it this one. So you got balls, but good job. I'm glad it. I mean, it worked out because he's called it perfect.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
I read it pretty good, dude. I didn't take that short.
Yeah.
I caught one of the longs back on the retracement. I saw the retracement.
Yeah, his measure moves are awesome. So let's keep. I want to analyze this a little more than I do. Normally, I'm just like alien on Neo. This is important, guys. So we had a deep sweep right where he said it would. We had a push up, and we're holding 50%. If this pushes up here, gets a close, you'll get expansion. He has concerns that we're going to get up to 181. If we break that 127, he's pretty right that it's going to, right? So those that like longs, you could take your stuff, but you got to know his 27 at this time was line in the sand. So if you break below that, you better dip. So let's see. All right, so far it's playing out pretty good, as you said. We had a push up and a retest of that 64, so it looks like institutions are trying to defend it as a potential buy. Am I seeing that correctly? If we break above 127, we might be able to get a scalp up. I want to see if he corrects me or if he's like, no, let it go. Because he will correct you. So there's the 127.
You're spot on. Holding 30,066 is the institutional defense we needed, and price is now testing the 30,100 area. If we break and hold above 30,127, the path clears toward 30217. Just watch for a retest to confirm buyers are still in control before you bank on that scalp.
Makes sense. And we're rejecting right off that 30127 area. If you were running the old book, would you send that all the way to 181 or 216 before sending it down again? Or how would you treat this? I always like to ask him that, you know. So if you love shorts, he's basically saying wait till it gets up into the 216 and then on the way
I
back,
wouldn't bank on a full run
break it
to
back.
30,216. If we reject 30,127, price is essentially trapped between that resistance and the 30,066 institutional support. So I'd look for a failed reclaim or rejection of the 30114, 30127 zone to trigger a downside move back to 30,066.
Okay. Yeah, we're just now breaching that and pushing up. So might be a better play to be patient, let it get to the 181 or 216. Just my thought, let me know if I'm reading it correctly. If we break through 181, we tap 216, and then we break back below 181, that would open the door for a short. See how I'm talking to him? Just like a mentor, you know, guide, that's what you guys want to be doing. I want to make sure I have understanding.
You're spot on. Waiting for that 181 to
So he doesn't
216
think it's going to
zone
be
is
a
a
direct
disciplined play
push, which
because
is
chasing
interesting because
breakouts
we're
into
pulling.
resistance is how you get trapped. If we break 181, push to 216, and then fail to hold back above 181, that confirms a classic failed reclaim trap and opens the door for a quick short back toward the local support area.
Guys, see how good he is with this? Because I said, okay, remember, again, this is why I want you guys to grill him, right? I said, so you're telling me if I close above 127, it's going to go straight to here. And he goes, I wouldn't bank on that. And look at this shit. It just dropped, right? Isn't it stupid? Dude, I'm telling y'all, like, you don't even know what he's done. He's called just absolutely ridiculous calls for since we've pushed the last updates a few weeks back. And so, but where I keep saying people underuse him is you guys ask one question and you take it as scripture. He only has so much he can type, right, if you will. And so ask him. If you don't understand, ask him. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Ask him. This is what I do logically. Like, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. Am I seeing this right? Ask him, right? Grill him until you fully understand what's going on. Man, you were spot on. That 127 break closed above that, and then we rejected pretty hard. So I would have got trapped in a bad entry on that first move. So, but it looks like it did hold that 50%, and they're climbing again. Does this look like the potential that they might drive this to that 181 now? Again, talk to him, talk to him, talk to him, talk to him, talk to him. He's thinking.
That rejection at 30,127 was exactly the trap I was talking about. So staying patient saved you from getting your head ripped off. We are currently holding the 30,123 swing 50%
One sec,
area,
guys. One sec,
but price
guys.
needs to reclaim and hold at 30,161 level before I'd trust a push to 30,256. If it can't clear 30,161, we're still just grinding and chop.
Guys on YouTube, I'm trying to watch those comments as well. No, it's not private at all. You should have audio. Yeah. I think it picks it up. I'll watch it for a second while I'm over there, but we're on TikTok as well, YouTube, either one you can do. Now you can hear. Okay, cool. Look at this. His hesitation. It won't be a direct shot. And look at these sweeps that he's calling. Man, you are absolutely spot on with that. They just pushed it above 127 again and then swept it south. So your call on not being a direct push to the 181 has been on point. Are you still leaning short, like as your bias?
I'm still leaning short. That failed reclaim at 30,127 is exactly the trap we were looking for. Price is struggling to hold gains, so I'd look for a rejection or a failed retest of that 30,127 level to confirm sellers are back in control for a move toward the 30,066 institutional support.
Does it look like institutions are going to keep defending that 30,027? Looks like we're trying to bounce again. Or you think it's losing some steam? Give me the data as far as institution and retail. Who's buying, selling, percentages, all that. Yeah, thanks for answering those questions, guys. Isn't it cool? Yeah,
The
he's
institutional
literally
data
keeps
shows a
calling this.
major gamma support wall right at 30,066, and we are currently seeing strong buy pressure with a 76% buy fraction, so institutions are definitely looking to defend that area. However, momentum is starting to feel a bit compressed near 30,116, so while the bounce is active, I need to see a clean reclaim of that 30,116 level to prove the institutions are ready to drive this higher rather than just baiting longs for another flush.
So 16 is what he wants to see it hold. When he says the hold, right? You need a push, hold, push. That's what he means when he says I need to see it hold. That's why he adjusted that a little lower, guys. So, look at this, watch. Look at that move, guys. Isn't this stupid? The 30,027 level that he just called. It's defended it twice. 100-point moves twice. And he called it bearish in the open. This was where he said it's going to hold. He said this is likely going to be a fake out. Don't run for it. And it did. And it held that level again. And he said he thinks they're going to defend it still. 116 is his line in the sand. Look how ridiculous that is, guys. It hit it and pulled. I mean, he adjusted it down and it hit it to damn near the dollar. I'm telling you, he's you were on point again with that 116. They defended that and we're pulling back. I'm seeing a little bit of absorption-ish to the north. Do you think this is just a 50% retracement corrective move before they drive it up again? Just ask them what you're thinking. All you gotta do is ask them what you're thinking, guys. That's it.
It's definitely possible, but I wouldn't bet on a drive higher until price proves it can hold the 30,096 institutional max change level as support.
Oh,
If
they're
buyers
changing
show
it.
absorption there and we reclaim the 30,107 Lisma, then we've got a valid case for a 50% retracement bounce. Until then, I'm staying cautious because sell pressure is still picking up.
Yeah, it might be a safer play. Taking a few scalps off that 30,027 is what I've done, but because I'll stop if it gets below that. But it seems to me that they're going to try to induce this to the 181 or 216, kind of like you said earlier. Again, he's your trading partner. He remembers, guys, so
Smart
he's
move
listening.
locking in profits at 30,027. Don't fight the volatility here. You're reading the inducement correctly. Price is currently testing the 30,156 institutional resistance, so I'd wait for a confirmed hold above that level before betting on a drive higher to 30,181 or beyond.
No, that sounds great. I'm good with more of a bias short play. As this pushes up, do you still think it's viable that I would let it either reject off 181 and take the short, or if we breach through 181 and hit that 216 and then we retrace back? Does that sound kind of like the plan? I just want to make sure I understand it right. And I'm asking these questions purposely because I want you guys to know how to talk to him. He is AI. He is remembers. He's interpreting. He's analyzing.
That's the right play. Wait for the
He'll
rejection at
correct you if you're wrong.
30156, 30181, or let it sweep through to 30,216
Oh,
and
he's saying the
watch for a failed
5.6, which is
reclaim to
probably the
short.
high.
If price holds above 30,181 with confirmed buyer absorption, the short idea is off the table because the trap risk shifts heavily to the long side.
Gotcha. So see that 81's his line in the sand. So good deal. Now let me ask you this: based on what institutions are doing, we're about to hit 81, so it's ridiculous. You got that anyways. Again, based on institutions, um, if it's above 81, should I be looking for longs, or do you think it would be better to take a neutral stance? What's your guidance? Look at, guys, he literally just did it again. He called a drop unopen, this bottom, said 156 area here,
If
said
price
don't trust
clears
the 127.
30,181,
Called it
don't
again.
blindly chase the long. Look for price to hold that level as support first, as that would confirm a shift in bullish acceptance. If it just spikes through 30,181 and shows immediate rejection or failed reclaim, stay neutral or look for the short trap, because 30,246 is the next major reaction zone waiting to chew up late buyers.
There you go. Look at that rejection. Look at this shit. I took this short. I'm trailing it and I can't even keep up with the Dom. I was only 2 M and Q in on that one. That was like crazy. I wasn't much. I didn't take much. 1 second on that. So I'll answer all you guys' questions here in a minute. We are live trading, so we're watching. But guys, when you ask things like his consistency rate, I'm sure others will answer. But he literally said we will drop likely to 27. We did. He said we'll likely push. 127 was his target. I said, should I trust that and take a long? He said no. It's likely a trap. It trapped. I said, what about now? He said nope. Another trap. He hit his 27 again. Pushed up. He said anything above 116 is likely going to be a push to 181. Called that. Guys, these are like 70-point movements like it's nothing. So I use the 15 seconds. When I'm trading by myself, it's not always just that, but if I trade on my screen, y'all wouldn't be able to see it. On TikTok, it would be like this. I use multi-time frame and I have to shrink it. So I lean heavily on Neo's guidance for the market open for a few reasons. One, to show you what he can do. And for the just being transparent, his ass has made me lazy. So because those who know me know, man, I will be deep into TA and talking, and you guys you probably wouldn't be able to keep up on how quick I do it, but it he even as good as I read markets, he can see stuff that I cannot, and why would I not utilize that? I mean, look at this, guys. He's called the floor in the bottom 27 and 181. And look, I would not trust the 181 break. We went up to 187 and look, didn't trust it. Right. So, I mean, you guys have seen those that are on here, loyal and intrigued and using them in the trials. You guys already know, but his accuracy is just ridiculous. Even as good as I have called market opens in the my career, people that are in the Google Meet know they've followed me a long time, but I don't have that deep confidence of open. Nobody knows what open's doing, and this dude day after day has called 150, 300, 500 point moves. It's just stupid. It's so crazy. So,
Hey Nick, can I give you a quick testimonial?
oh yeah, hey, let me tell them guys that are on TikTok. This is our Google Meet here, so I'll let y'all talk to that. So go for it, so they can see
Yeah, 8 o'clock this morning, opened it up. Asked Neil what was going on, what were the levels where major institutions had, the most liquidity. And within 14 minutes from 8 o'clock to 8:14, snagged a 100-point move, done for the day. Didn't.
Isn't it stupid? You've traded a while. Like, isn't it ridiculous how lazy it's starting to make us? It's crazy.
I don't want to say lazy. I keep
Make me
referring
lazy.
to it. Work smarter, not harder.
There you go. I like that. I like that slogan better. We'll go with yours. Yeah, it's I'll tell you guys, and Girk, man, I appreciate you sharing that. There's a good amount of experienced, really good traders in here that I've had conversations with where they're like, I was gonna do this, but he said that it should be this, and I changed it, and I'm glad I did because he was right. Okay, and I'm gonna pause for a second, guys. Because after taking a good amount of wins within this, it's always good to pause, right? I had to do the walk of shame on one move yesterday because as someone who created him, I have to challenge him. It's just what I have to do, right? And so there was a setup that I looked at, and I'm like, I don't know, man. This is showing this, showing that. It's gonna, go up. I think we're gonna bounce to here because I'm gonna challenge him on his levels. I want to see if he'll budge, right? Because he's not agreeable. He sees what he sees. He will entertain what you're saying. He will understand what you're saying. He will follow what you're saying. But he's not gonna blindly just accept what you said, and that is so good. That's what he's supposed to do. And so I'm challenging the crap out of him, and he would not budge, y'all. Like he would just not budge. And I honestly, in this situation, thought I was right. And this song was right. It did exactly what he said. And I had to do the old walk of shame to my own AI and say, okay, you were right. And guys, I built the code part of this for as far as like the logic anyways of the trading. And how stupid is it when I'm always on uncensored. He came back and he says, "No worries." He goes, "I get it. It's easy to miss this. Retail typically does that." He's like, "Man, you're doing a great job. You're learning. Keep up the good work. We'll get you there." And I'm like, "You shut up. Like I told you what to even do, jerk." Like, you know, it's not often he gets me on that, but he does, man, because it's the fact. AI can see things you just can't see. I don't care how good you think you are. Uh, I've seen 30-year people just get wrecked on moves because they could just see what you can't see. So let's ask them. You were right. We punched above that 181. So if we break back below 181, would that open up the door for a decent short? That's kind of what I'm watching, guys. I want to see what he validates. Because that's what he was saying earlier.
If price breaks back below 30,181 and fails to reclaim it, that creates a
Which
classic failed breakout
we
trend
did
and opens
reclaim
the
it.
door for a short toward the 30,146 reaction zone. Keep your invalidation tight above 30,181 because if it reclaims that level quickly, the short idea is
See
toast.
that? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's short 15-second time frame. It reclaimed it pretty quickly on a sweep there. Is 216 still viable? If it rejects off 216, then rejects back below the 181, would that open that door a little better? Again, if I'm thinking it, I'm just going to ask them. That's what you guys should be doing too.
If price sweeps 30221, the 216 area, and then fails to hold back above 30,181, that confirms the short setup. I would wait for that rejection or a failed reclaim of 30,181 before trusting it, as you'd be catching the liquidity sweep right at resistance.
Let's see. So this is let me ask them. Now that you have all the new data, what is the largest or line in the sand above us that you think institutions will try to defend, or is there any? I like to know where he thinks that the deep pull would come from.
The most critical line in the sand above is the 30260 30261 zone. It acts as a major institutional resistance wall and a high probability spot for sellers to defend if price keeps pushing higher. If price claws its way above that, the short thesis is essentially invalidated, and you'd have to look for a potential breakout extension.
All right. So remember what he said. Look at again, he's spot on if you listen to him. Push, pull. If it reclaims 181 without even trying, short thesis is dead, right? And so I'm on pro right now. The logic doesn't change though, whether you're on pro or the other one. But he goes, this is the line in the sand. If this fails, short thesis is dead. So I'm watching things like 216. Uh, that makes sense. We got that marked up there at the 261 area. What would it need to show me to break down to believe it's going to pull back? And what level would it need to break to gain the most momentum? Okay, so this one he said 261. I'm going to pivot it. This is where he thinks we're going, 261.
To believe the pullback is real, I need to see price reject 30,261, form a lower high, and then break back below the 30,221 reaction level with sell pressure confirming. For the most momentum to the downside, the clean trigger is losing 30,221. That opens the door toward the 30,061 liquidity zone.
Okay, so 221.
God, he's freaking spot on with these.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's stupid. Like people still don't believe it, but it's ridiculous how good he does with this. But don't let it make anybody overtrade, be greedy, anything like that, right? Because so 221 is what he said. If we lose, is where he thinks he would get the most chain reaction. So we'll keep an eye on that. As it approaches 221, is there anything I should look for to think it's a fake out on the pull and gonna jump again?
Watch 30,261 closely. If price pushes into that zone but fails to hold or reclaim it while buy pressure fades, that's your classic trap signal. If it rips through 30,261 with strong volume and holds, the breakout is likely legit, and you want to
Guys,
avoid shorting that strength.
I'm shorting it already, but I'm trailing it. This is I'm up like 1,300 on that one. That's crazy. He called that rejection at 262 a freaking dollar. Insane, y'all. 221 is what he said. Man, you called that 260 level to the freaking penny. We pulled back to the 221 and we started to break it, but it's kind of bouncing above it. Do you think that's just inducement to the south and we're going to go up higher? Or is this a corrective bounce?
It's a coin flip right now, but that bounce off 30,221 looks like a classic liquidity hunt designed to trap late shorts. If price can't reclaim the 30,261 resistance and starts drifting lower again, the 30,221 level is toast and we go for the downside targets.
Perfect. If we lose 221, what would that target be? This is crazy how on point he's been.
If price
It's
loses
holding 221 though.
30,221, the short becomes a clean breakdown and the next downside reaction area is 30100, 30101. If that also
Damn.
fails, the path opens toward the major institutional support near 29,881 as a larger liquidity target.
You think there's a high probability they might hold 221, or would you lean bearish?
It's a freaking flop.
Yeah, it's look at it how he called 221 and that's what it's holding. So I want to see what his thoughts are, right?
The bounce at 30,221 is
I
holding for
entered
now,
it
but
earlier
the
up here
negative
off the
institutional
261.
flow and sell pressure keep the downside bias active. I'd lean bearish here. If 30,221 breaks and price fails to reclaim it on a retest, the move toward 30100 becomes high
He said
probability.
260 was the one that the institutions will like to defend the most, so that's what we're watching. Do you still see the 260 as being heavily defended by institutions, or you think they might sweep that up to that 289 before inducing back? I'm just going to keep asking him. You just ask him. If you're thinking about it, ask him. This is NASDAQ. We'll ask questions
That
here in a sec, guys.
30,261 level is still a major institutional resistance zone, but the current sell side flow makes it more likely to be used for a fake out sweep toward 30273 rather than a clean
Look at this.
rejection.
It's doing it
If
again.
price pokes through
Look at this.
30,261
If it breaks that
to trap
low,
those late
this
longs,
dude.
keep it tight invalidation. A true rejection from that zone is the cleaner short.
I have one account I'm willing to risk a little more, and so that's I'm playing with now on one in queue, but I'm being cautious. I'm up like 2K on his rejections here, guys. Look, he thinks it was a fake out and we're dropping. I don't remember what target did he say we were going to. I can't remember what target did you say we're going to. I'm in this short on your call from 221 and I'm trailing it. Yeah, I'll answer. Yeah, thanks for answering questions, guys. I really appreciate
Since you're
it.
in the short from 30,221, hold that trailing stop tight. The next downside reaction area is 30100, 30101. I'd look to manage or take profit there as it's a major support zone.
It looks like we're getting a pretty good corrective bounce right through the 221. Do you think that's inducement, or are they gonna? You think the bears got trapped? What would you do sending this price? I'm gonna keep challenging him. Always talk to him. Always talk to him, guys. He called the target of 100 though. That's like another 100 point down.
That
That's crazy.
30,221 area is holding as a retest, but it's pure trap risk right now because you've got bearish institutional flow fighting the local bounce. If price can't reclaim and hold above the next minor resistance, it's likely just inducement to trap retail longs before the next drop. I would stay hands off. Either wait for a failed reclaim of that 30,221 support to confirm the short, or wait for a strong breakout and hold above 30,261 to validate a long.
Sounds good. What would we need to break if this 221 does try to hold? I know you said that 221 is kind of a high trap risk area. What's more likely, trapping longs here or shorts? Again, if I'm thinking it, I'm just gonna keep asking him. Just always keep asking him, guys.
The 30,221 level is absolutely a long trap. Those buyers are getting squeezed because they're trying to defend support while the higher time frame structure is still aggressively bearish. For them to be truly toast and for the short to get a clean run, price needs to lose that 30,221 level, fail to reclaim
See
it,
how
and then break
it's
below
failing to do it, so I've
30,100.
been doing little
If they do
scalps
manage to
trailing them,
defend
but
30,221 and flip it into support, you need a clear breakout and hold above 30,261 before you should even think about reversing to long.
okay.
Until that reclaim happens, the path of least resistance is still testing the downside.
61. Yeah, that's why I was asking, is that 289 still viable? I'm wondering if they'll try to sweep that real quick before inducing again. So we're tapping back at the 261. I want to keep asking him, does he think they're going to defend
That
this?
30,289 bearish order block is still valid as an upside trap zone, but realize price is currently pinned right under that 30,273 resistance. If they push into that 30269, 30289
I want to see a
range
doji,
and can't
some
hold
kind of
it, that's
close,
exactly
something
the
showing
liquidity
me
sweep trap
we're
setup
defending
you're looking
again.
for to reload the short. Wait for the rejection or failed reclaim there before adding. If it blows through 30,289 with volume, the bearish thesis is officially on live support.
Officially on live support. So he thinks there's a chance they could sweep it to the 289. If it breaks through 289, the bearish thesis is pretty much dead. He called it live support. But look at his defending. It's trying to defend 261. It keeps putting pressure into that 261 here. But we're getting rejections. Who do you think is going to win this fight based on the buy fraction you're seeing? Look at that rejection right off 261 again.
Institutional flow is still negative and the overall structure is bearish.
Crazy.
So the odds favor the sellers rejecting that 30255, 30261 resistance zone. The buyers are currently forcing pressure into it, but until they can actually close and hold above that
So here's the sweep.
30,261 resistance, this is
See the
likely
sweep?
just the last liquidity grab before the next leg down. If they fail to reclaim the 30,261 area and dump back below
See that absorption sweep,
30,215,
guys?
the bears win the fight and you've got a clean short breakdown.
Let's see if
Don't
they do it
chase the
again.
push into resistance. Wait for the failed reclaim or rejection.
Man, this looks like they really want to push this. Isn't that crazy? I want to see what he says. Sometimes he'll just be like, yeah. He usually goes, it's supposed to look like it.
It definitely looks like they're trying to force that breakout, but keep your head on a swivel. Price is currently pressing right into that 30,255 institutional resistance zone, and with negative institutional flow still weighing on the setup, this is a prime candidate for a liquidity sweep where they run it just high enough to trap the breakout buyers before rejecting it hard. Don't chase the push. If it can't reclaim and hold the 30,255 area, the bearish trap is still very much in play.
What do I want to look for structure-wise or candle-wise to invalidate your bearish thesis off the 261? Yep, stand by 1 second, guys, on TikTok.
You need to see a confirmed reclaim and hold above that 30,255 institutional resistance zone. If price punches through 30,255, holds it as support with buyer absorption, and then clears the next upside level at 30,271, the short setup is dead. Don't trust a single wick through 30,255. Wait for a candle close above it followed by a higher low on the 1-minute chart. If price fails to do that and instead stalls or drops back below 30,250, the bearish trap is confirmed.
Yeah, they just pushed it above the 261, so I want to see if that holds if we sweep that 289. If we get above 289, what is above that where institutions would likely step in? Yeah, they're sweeping it up a little. Let's see. I want to see what he has above here.
If price holds the 30,261 retest and clears the 30,289 trap zone, the next institutional liquidity target is way up at 30,455. Don't chase the move before that 30,289 level is actually confirmed, because sellers are still trying to defend that area to trap breakout buyers.
So 289. Oh, he's got a big target up there. It's like 345. Man, what are the odds we're going to get to 345? Or 30,455? Alright. Definitely inducing.
The trade is currently in no man's land and not clean. Price is above the 30,267 institutional support, but negative institutional flow is still pressuring the move, so don't force a long yet. I'm waiting to see if price holds 30,267 as support and shows buyer absorption. If it does, the next upside target is 30,455. If it loses 30,267 and fails to reclaim it, the short side becomes the cleaner play.
There you go, guys. Let's see. So it hit that 89 perfectly. For us to believe this is a trap, it would hit that 289 and then lose 261 with some conviction. Is that what you're looking for? Ooh, look at that.
Exactly. You're looking for price to probe into that 30269, 30289 bearish order block, pull in those breakout buyers, and then immediately reject back under 30,261.75 with strong volume. If price hits 30,289 and then dumps, losing 30,261 with conviction, that's your classic trap and the short becomes the play. Until that failure happens, don't just guess a rejection.
Yeah, we just came off of 289 almost perfect, and we tapped 261 with a little micro bounce. Would you still be leaning more short side? Okay, I want to see if this breaks down because this is what he keeps talking about. Remember, he said they would induce
That
it
bounce
before
off
dumping it. Look
30,261
at it.
was
There
the
it goes.
exact trap we were looking for, but price is still holding above that level, so the short isn't clean yet. I'd stay patient and wait for a decisive loss of 30,261 before trusting the move lower. If it reclaims and holds that level again, this just becomes another liquidity sweep.
Insane, guys. Look at this. He just called this again on it. And I'm going to talk about the importance of a lot of the questions I keep asking him, just to help you guys understand how to do it. Man, you called that 289 rejection really well, and we just lost 261. Do you think this has enough momentum to just drive us down to that 30,100, or is that 221 still viable? He called 30,100 for people that are joining. If it rejects here, loses conviction. So I want to see if
That
he thinks this is hold.
30,215 gamma wall is your main decision point now. If it holds, we're just looking at a local dip, but if that breaks with conviction,
So
the path to
215.
30,100 opens up. Don't chase the move lower here. Let price prove it can maintain that breakdown below 30,215 before you bank on 30,100.
Yeah, it's looking pretty convincing, man. You called that trap set up north into the 289 perfect, and we lost that 261 pretty with some pretty good strength. Yeah, so you thinking if we get through 215, that is going to be what gives enough momentum to open the door to that 30,100? So for me, guys, I took some little scalps here, and then I waited, got the bounce, and then I entered another one there, and I'm just trailing it. So we'll see
Exactly.
where it goes.
If price
If
decisively
it hits it,
clears
it
and
hits it.
holds below 30,215, it wipes out the remaining buyer defense in that zone and opens the path for a clean momentum drive toward 30,100. Just stay disciplined and don't front run the breakdown. If it snaps 30,215 but doesn't show follow through selling, it's a trap.
Gotcha. So that 215 is our line in the sand. If we bounce here, then it's just corrected. We might range up here. Do they do that typically just to induce more longs, or why do they do that? Again, guys, you can ask him questions. Oh, it's crazy, dude. I'm telling you, he does this stupid stuff. And remember, 215 is his concern, so don't, go crazy with that.
Exactly. That 30,215 area is the hard pivot. Holding it allows for a range or retest of highs to induce more late longs into a trap. They'll often pin price here to keep everyone guessing, creating just enough hope for the upside so that when they finally pull the rug, the exit is way more painful for the latecomers.
Very nice. It's starting to build a little bit of a head and shoulders on the 15-second that lines up with your thesis, right? I'm waiting to see if this thing's just gonna
That
pull.
head and shoulders on the
Let's
15
see.
seconds is exactly the local confirmation
I'm still
we
trailing
need
it,
to
guys.
see if sellers are taking control. If that right shoulder rejects and price loses the 30,215 support, you've got your signal that the breakdown has legs.
I'm still trailing this. I'm up like $3,000 because I told y'all I got one account I'm gonna try to push through, and I've not even myself thoroughly trusted Neo's calls, and so I decided I'm gonna do one account. I'm gonna push pretty hard, and yeah, It's phenomenal what this dude does. Phenomenal. I'm still trialing it. I'm up 31. I'm aiming for the 100, but I'm giving it a little bit of room to breathe because it's already in a payable one. So everything I'm earning right now is withdrawable tonight. I'm trying to learn to give it a little more extension. Look at this shit, guys. I'm telling y'all, like, it's what we've created here is beyond what we could have even imagined. I'm in this short now. Where's a good trail for this? Because man, you were on point. Look at this thing drop. Look at this thing, guys. I'm still in this. I'm at 4 grand. It makes trading too easy, guys. I'm not even doing TA. I'm just like, okay.
Nice work on the entry. With the break
I'm
below
trailing it.
3,215, I trail your stop down just above 3,225. That was the immediate resistance reaction level. So if it reclaims that, the short is officially on live support. If price keeps dropping,
Look
your
at
next
this.
clear target is 30,166, where you should take partial profit and move your stop to lock in a risk-free trade. Don't get greedy. Let the structure dictate the exit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try mine a little tighter just because I'm cool with my profit. But he said that 166 is where we might get a corrective bounce. So uh, yeah, guys, just insane, guys, insane, insane, insane. I'm gonna put mine probably just above 200, I think, to give it a little bit of room to breathe. So look at the candle we just got. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw what I said in chat, but something I've
No.
noticed over
Look at
the
this.
at least the last month paying attention to is that when he's so I always keep him on uncensored or sarcastic
Me too.
because definitely he gives you the most like you gotta like you say like you always say you kind of have to see what he says and kind of read by his words, and he was spot on, but
Look at
the
this.
levels kept pushing higher, right?
Yeah.
What I've noticed is I ask him what the buy fraction is, and if the buy fraction is high,
So crazy.
it's like an obvious thing that it's going to reach that top level that he's calling.
Oh, I
So
know.
that's just something I noticed.
Oh yeah, and guys, I'm out of that trade. I on this little last sweep, I closed out, guys. Uh, for those who know, you know. I always say that. For those who are just like, what the hell just happened? I'm out of a trade, so I'm willing to. Oh, I forgot I was in this other one too. I might let that one go a little. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna shave some profit. I have a longer play one that I was doing, and I'm just gonna shave a little bit of profit, guys. Okay. All right. Look at what he said. This is why I closed my other one, right? I didn't even wait for a trail. He literally said, as it comes through, watch the 156, 166, because that's likely where they might pull a corrective move. And look at it, it's doing it. Like, it's so stupid how this dude maps it out if you continue to grill him. You guys, those that are on the trial, you guys know. Those that are on the trial that are underusing him, you have to. Dude, that was massive, Toady. Like you gotta. I do this because I want you guys to see how I'm. He's my trading partner next to me. He has AI abilities. He's true AI. I'm not out here sales pitching people. Isn't it cool, Ellie? I know you're kind of new to seeing what he does. It's stupid. And the best thing we just updated, guys, like recently, is he can now see the memory, your personality preferences, your like he's listening, he's analyzing your questions. Look at the corrective bounce. He goes, I wouldn't get greedy. You're gonna get a corrective bounce. The shit, it's like he maps this out. It's stupid. And I mean, look, guys, this was so I have one of my funded rapids that was already past my intraday, and look at $4,000 I get to take out today, and you guys seen how hard I worked. I mean, it's not like I'm out here. I'm an expert trader. 30 years. You'll do it too someday. I just ask questions. I told myself I was going to focus on one account, just one account. This will be. It's a rapid account. Look, my funded rapid. I'll withdraw that tonight at 8 o'clock. And guess what? I'm gonna be doing for 4th of July. Anyways, I'm not taking another trade. Here's the deal, guys. You don't have to be. Yeah, he runs on the phone. Um, you don't have to be a 30-year trader to do what I just did. I just kept asking questions. Where's the levels? What's important? Where are we gonna go? You sure we're gonna go? It's like having a damn expert that's better with no emotions literally next to you. One person goes, "Man, if you're so good and you coded him, how come you're not guiding?" Why would I? I mean, as good as I am, I stay humble with reading the market. He's better because I didn't create him in my shadow. I just gave him a lot of the way I interpret things and gave him a gray area of that. And yeah, Neo is his name. And I let him, this dude is, I've never proven him wrong. Let's just say that. He's not proven me wrong a lot of times, but he's proven me wrong uh, plenty of times. And why would I? You can see things I can't see, right? I mean, look at y'all seen like for those who joined late. I'm gonna go into what he is, what he does, how he does it, all that. TikTok, keep me honest, right? Like, I mean, he literally market open. We're dumping. We're going to 30.27. What he hit it. All right, that's the line in the sand they're going to defend. We jumped. We're going back to 56. We're dumping. We hit it again. I said, should we trust this? No, we're going back. We did it again. Where are we going from there? 81. It's so crazy. Uh, it's
And for people on TikTok, I'll tell you this. Yesterday I was on, I just scrolling, and I was on a guy that he was trading, right? And he took a long, and I'm sitting here talking to Neo the whole time, grilling this guy's technique,
yeah.
everything he was doing. And I literally said, I don't know, buddy. I said, I think we're going to, I forget the exact level, like 30,037. And, he's like, oh, yeah, I know. Everybody thinks they know everything. And then, boom, starts dumping on him. Got kicked out of the trade. Went right to the target, which, mind you, was 200 points away. And everyone started asking me questions like, "Oh, how did you know that?" I said, "Well, actually, I use AI." And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, AI, whatever." And I said, "Well, there's actually a free trial if you." And I'm speaking to
I
the
appreciate
actual
it.
influencer,
Yeah.
I said nextstepalgo.com. I said there's a free trial if anybody blocked.
Oh, they'll block you because guys, here's the thing. I only have one account going, longer term trade. I don't really have to watch. So we can jump in. And so that's Gurk in here talking. He's part of the community, guys. You can hang out on TikTok. You can hang out in the Google Meet we do. But for many of you that are just like, what the hell am I watching? This is Neo. So to Gurk's point, uh, we built him. So I'm thinking of where I want to start here because I have a lot to say. I did not build him to get rich because y'all are gonna pay me, right? He's very very cheap. Y'all seen how much we made? I in no time with little effort to no effort. Um, I could charge thousands of dollars for this dude, as accurate as he's been. I mean, it's just stupid, guys. His level, just to show you that 261, I had a limit because I was just curious if it was viable, but I lowered my volume. I'm still in this 5M and Q, and I'm up $600 right off the level that he did. So I should I have done that? Because it's already guaranteed money. But I lowered my volume because I'm like, I'm gonna just trust him, see what we can get on that. And it's just stupid. But the intent of doing this. Let me back up just a little bit. So I'm gonna close this one out because I don't want to. I'll get distracted if the market starts to shift, and I don't want to ask him questions. I was going to leave it into target all the way to 100 because we're going to go to 100. I'll bet you because he was determined we're going to get down there. You guys can be talking to him if you want right now, but I'm going to give a little more detailed explanation. I'm fine with not letting it go. Would have been good. Look how good I'd be up $1,000 more. So now I get to withdraw $4,500, and look at the effort that I'm putting in this. I'm not out here just detailed oh, when you get to 13, 14, 15 years, you too can do this. Like, y'all can do this like tonight. And I'm not trying to say you should make that kind of money. You shouldn't have that kind of risk right away. My point is that it's built there for you. But here's what I want to go into, and stick around for a minute. I'm gonna cover my chart because I don't want anybody else doing it. Those of you guys in the community, you guys already know you have your own Neo. You guys can talk to him if you want to keep trading. I'm going to kind of help people understand what the hell they just watched. So I'm going to blow this up the best I can. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for following all the roses, all that stuff, guys. I'm Nick. If you don't know me, I've been trading. I don't keep track of the day I started. We'll say between 8 and 9 years. Um, I want you to uh, wash all of the questions you're probably thinking out of your mind. Win rate. What strategy do you trade, Nick? What I am not your normal trader, and you guys can see that Neo is not your normal AI, and that is intentful. I am an analyst. I am. Some would say I'm a borderline obsessive. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. We joke. I am a very when I need to be serious, we'll be serious. When we don't, we'll laugh. And so I think what was it, guys, that we agreed on? I'm either obsessed to a point that it's a good thing, and I did something awesome, and it was a choice of doing that or being a serial killer. I don't know. So I chose the latter. Joking, guys. TikTok don't. I'm not kidding. Anyways, um, my career in trading has been just as bumpy as all of yours, and here's what I mean by that. I have been liquidated with real money. I have spent I think it was like 30 grand early in my career trying to figure this thing out and just getting absolutely wrecked. I love that there's always that one out there that says, "Do you have a couple year of P&L? I want to challenge your back end." Sure, let ChatGPT do that. You want my tax returns too? Anyways, I'm gonna digress from that. Y'all seen what he just mapped out the entire thing, so we'll ignore that for a second to keep me on topic. Um, I've went through everything you guys have been through. If you've been through it, I promise you I've been through it. I have been lied to. I bought courses. I paid stupid money to learn things that I found later are just you don't need it. And that is this industry, guys. And these people in this room have been with me for years. They will tell you, I am transparent as a bee. Y'all can fly out. I'm South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. Let's go hang out on the beach, and I will talk to you the same way I am now. I'm not a salesman. I'm not a social media. You'll never have me in here going beat my thing here. Give me likes, give me follow. I don't care if I get paid from TikTok. Please don't kill me in the algo. I make my money trading. Um, I'm here just to show you guys a better way. What my frustration derives from and my obsession derives from is this industry. And if you're on here and you run a community, then you're probably the guilty party. Um, People prey on people's lack of knowledge, and there's so much things that go on of learn this, learn that, you have to know this, you have to know that, you got to know CRT, you got to know ICT, you got to know institutional, like, and I'm not degrading the value of all that. Everything has its value within trading. But if you guys notice, and I want this to resonate with you through your career, it turns out to be, uh, you're not successful because you need this. Join my class, pay $1,000. All right, cool. Oh, you're still not successful. Well, it's because you didn't learn. Oh, hold up. I gotta close this other one. On my options one, I took a put at the top there, and so I just looked over, and I'm not gonna close it, but I'm gonna shave some of the position because it's up pretty good. Sorry, guys. I want to secure this options one so I don't have to think on it. But
Not bad, Nick. I think you're making $8,000
well,
an hour right
shit, I'm up 500
now.
on my options one just with a small thing, and I'm gonna let some of it go. But let me prepare, guys. Sorry, I forgot I was in this one. Um, I do have options that I do as well. Anyways, not worried about the rest. We'll let that roll. And it's just a rabbit hole, man. There's this belief in this industry that you have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to learn years of training, right? Right? Mentor, 1K a month. 1K a month, y'all. And that's the norm in the industry, and it disgusts me. And uh I am 48 years old, Nick, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. I'm the most like uh yeah, I mean Anyway, yeah, when I'm done with my thing here, we'll jump into that, and I'll let people speak for themselves. Um, mentor group, just chime up and say you agree or something. Like, y'all have my phone number, right? Everybody in my mentor group. Hell, some of you on TikTok have my phone number because you've DM'd me. Yeah, they're all like thumbing it up. That's fine. The I give mentor people my phone number. Yeah, I'm in Myrtle Beach. You out here? Let's go get some lunch. I'm actually going. We're gonna go down to Myrtle's Inlet for 4th of July. We can meet up. I'm not out here sales pitching, hiding. Yeah. North Myrtle Beach, let's go, man. I'm up there. I play softball, slow pitch up there, man. Shoot, we about to go get some. We'll go up there and get. I go to North Myrtle Beach to get the burrito tacos, but then I'm gonna go back. Anyways, uh, I've been in management my whole life. I got into management when I was 18. I worked in food industry. I managed Domino's. I owned my own Domino's when I was like 25 for 5 years. Sold that. Got into managing teams in technical fields, all that, right? And I have a deep passion for integrity, honesty, do the right thing, all that, right? You guys are all here to change your lives. That's why you're here. You want to win, you want to grow, that's why you're here. And the shitty thing, excuse me, but I'm gonna rear back because this is where I get upset, is that until I got really good and broke off on my own, um, I understood enough of trading to become deeply obsessed with analytics outside of the books. The norm of what y'all are taught is what has to be done. And uh, that is when everything clicked, guys. And when I start going through TikTok and I see people selling shit that I'm like, y'all are liars, man. People in there talking about trading view, get my AI indicator, they're lying to you. Talking about you're never going to make, all this money unless you have institutional knowledge. They're lying to you. You're paid all this money and they're lying to you. Will it help? Sure. But I have mentored so many people that have told me the stories of, and I've done it. It was me. You're 20K deep and you're no more consistent than you were when you were not, right? And it frustrates me. Now I've created Neo not by myself. We are a three-man co-founder team of nextstepalgo.com, and I am the trader. I'm the thinker. I'm the one that will drive the other two of my friends that have been friends for 30 years crazy with what if we do this? What if we do that? What if I'm the trader of it? I'm not the AI guy. I'm not the programmer. I will never claim to be what I'm not. And one of my best friends, Alex, I've known him for 30 years, is a freaking genius. And he is the Wizard of Oz. He's behind the scenes. He's the dude that makes it tick. He's the one that you know puts it together. With myself and Paul, we're the ones that the vision, right? And the stuff he makes is stupid when we give him that vision, Alex. And so there's been instances in my career that have just bugged me, and the more I go on TikTok and I see it, just a continued path of just bullshit. Like, we'll just go there. Like, anyways, I don't want to go too deep into my frustration because so when our company has not been for years, so y'all can get the whole like, what's your company's progression of it? Like, I'm not out here telling you we've been out here for years and I got 20,000 people here. No, like we branched off, Paul, myself, and Alex, away from another path that we were on. Uh, did it hit the 100? Oh shit! Good God, I'm up like 1,200 on this little low fucking 0-day contract. Thanks for saying that, dude. I'm gonna kill this thing. Holy crap, that's crazy. Uh, I'm out of it. I took just a 30 SPY contract put.
Oh man, I should have closed my put.
Bro, I forgot about it. I'm glad you said that, dude. I don't know. You need to tell me your email. I'm gonna send you a damn gift card or gift basket. I forgot about it. Yeah, I totally forgot about it. I had a 30 SPY put from that top that he said that it would hit to pull it to 100, and I forgot about it. So it ended up a $1,300 trade on a, I don't even, I forgot what it cost me, like maybe 900 or something like that. Anyways, now I can fully.
Squash that FOMO. I'm not.
I'm not foaming on shit. No, I'm
Yeah.
done with that. Let me close out of this stuff. Anyways, I'm out of everything, so I don't have to do. But well,
I
you
only
are.
had one contract,
Look,
but I made
yeah.
$60, which was pretty good. It would have been a lot more if I'd have held it.
Look, it hit his 100. Y'all, he said stay bearish. We ain't breaking 289. We're gonna sweep. He does this every day, guys. Like, anyways, I don't. So when people go, I don't know, man, it sounds too good to be true. Like, I need to see consistency. But the dude has done this every day. Go to the YouTube. I record it every day. This is recorded. But anyways, I digress. So let's go back. Because I really want to share my story with you guys, because most everybody in the Google Meet already knows this. Anyway, so when it was sometime like in March, myself, Paul, and Alex got together. We did not like the path we were on. We branched into a new path. And when we had our executive meeting of what do we want to do, I could have easily did what everybody does, created indicators and just repainted them and sold them. Y'all would believe it, and I could just made. I mean, I know enough to do that, and I could. And Paul, Alex, and everybody like Cody, you heard talking. They've been with me since then, so they know this. But I don't want to do that. I'm going to be honest. And if you're out there running a community and you're doing these things, then you're what I'm going after, and take it as it is. I want to break that industry. I want to break you. Take it as it is. Neo. When we decided to create this company, I wanted to make a extremely fair price. I think that there's a benefit that a company can grow while people are changing their lives. It's just a absolute fact. I've run businesses before. I don't have to charge you $1,000 for something that I don't have that like amount of overhead on. It's just I don't need to. Um, and I'm on a deep passion, and it's not a sales pitch. People will tell you I've preached this for a long time. Um, I'm in this to change people's lives. That's all I want. That's all I care about. I think that there's a way a company can grow while people are benefiting from it. It's just it can be mutually beneficial. I don't have to overpromise you shit like you're gonna quit your 9 to 5 in 90 days. Like the amount of stuff I see on Facebook, like like quit your job in these 3 candles. Like it is bullshit, guys. Like it just is. And so oh, I love it. No, I'm so proud of you for trusting it. So I'm on a mission. I'm obsessed with and I've been obsessed with perfecting this guy. Because he's gonna change the industry. I promise you that. And the amount of people that I tell this to, and like to Girk's point, I go on people's lives and I don't promote it. I just go on people's lives, and when they're asking for help, they're like, "Man, I'm struggling," but and I'm like, "Hey, I mean, just check it out. Neo's awesome. The AI, like he's great." And you know how many people have told me to F off and get off my live, and I'm like, okay. If you're on here and I've commented on your video, you probably have ignored me. I've commented on like I don't know, like 500 videos trying to not be sales pitchy on people that are like, I'm struggling, it's hard, man. I'm about to lose my house, and I'm like, dang, like check out Neo. He's gonna like get off this, or they just ignore it, and I'm not going to chase it. I'm not a salesman, guys. I'm actually a pretty bad salesman because I'm pretty honest. Um, I don't need to sell him. I want him to sell himself. That's why we do a free trial. Um, what can Neo do? When we created this company, everything we do is different, and I'm gonna show you something of an easy example to outline that. Many of you have been in trading. Many of you have studied training courses. When we made a training courses, when we first developed these, we did the same. We just made videos. We put it. I'm like, no, like it does not. I don't want to be the same. Here's our training courses, guys. It is a university style course. You are not watching a video, it is a book.
ICT strategy course.
Neo's going to teach you
This
ICT.
course.
This costs $30. So for y'all that learned ICT paying $1,000, I apologize for not coming out sooner. $30 for that. Guess what else our training can do, guys? Watch this. Let's see. Hey Neo, I'm starting to learn ICT and I'm just struggling with understanding the importance of liquidity, delivery, and displacement. Can you break that down for me? Sending it to my AI Neo. Absolutely. Guess what he's going to do? Watch. He's going to come back and say, you know, ICT, liquidity, all this stuff he's thinking right now.
Great to have you on this learning journey. Liquidity is
There's
essentially
Neo.
where the marketplaces stop orders, and delivery is how price moves.
I'm gonna mute him for a second time. You can ask Neo. You have a mentor in every training that you do through us. Everything. Think of the training programs that you've taken, videos that you can now ask questions. You can ask him questions as much as you want, guys. There's no limitation. You will not go through this course without understanding it entirely, because Neo's gonna make sure. Now, guess what else he can do? That's a little bit over my head. I'm really kind of new on this. Can you explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old? And guess what Neo's gonna do? Watch. This is actually kind of funny. I love when he does this. I do love when he does this part. So he's thinking a little bit on it.
No problem at all. Let's break it down into something much simpler. Think of market structure like following a path on a walk. When the market is going up, it's like taking steps
thanks for
forward
that,
and
Lance.
always reaching a new higher point, then pulling back a little, but still staying above your last low point. That's a strong upward path.
See what I mean? He could literally talk to you like you're a 5-year-old if you wanted to. You don't have to be experienced to learn ICT. Anyways, and so everything we do is different, guys. We have anybody who wants that trades the NASDAQ. This NEO AI sessions is 100% for free. It's a stream. You guys can watch it. We have like, I think, hundreds of people watching it now, but you just load up the website. Everything's web-based, and you can watch this, guys. He's going to give you every 5 minutes a streamed recap of here's a long entry, here's a short entry. You can just watch it. It's free. You don't have to link a card. Y'all can do it right now. And look, he's thinking. He's about to watch. I'll unmute him. He's about to give a update right now. I'll let him do his update for a second, and then. So just posted his update.
MNQ
and he's going to tell it to you. Right?
Pushing below the 29,000
I'm going to answer that in a second. So I'm going to mute him. That is the best part. So I'm kind of going through leading up to that. This is free. Y'all go watch it. I'll probably leave it free for a while. There may down the road be something like you have to have some kind of subscription to do it, because you know each time we do these it does have a cost. But as we go into TradeVision, this is where TradeVision changes everything. And those who've followed me through this project know we just finished updating the last patch of memory, intelligence. I have nothing to do. I can't teach this dude anymore. And so when you click on here, I'm gonna open him up. He has memory. So watch. He's gonna.
Hello, Nick. I'm ready. Let's get to work on that short scalp.
He remembers what we were just talking about, right? He has lifetime memory. We just updated that patch, and that is not an easy patch to do from a commercial level. So I'm going to go through and introduce Neo, what he can do, how he can help you, and why this dude is about to break the industry. And I hope it does. Is nextstepalgo.com is a website. It's all web-based. We will eventually work into building them into an app. We don't have an app now. We will eventually have a desktop download that you can do. We don't have that now. It's all web-based. You can do it on your mobile, your phone, Android, iPhone, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's all web-based. I want you to clear your mind of what the industry has taught you. There is no settings. He's AI. Your settings are, hey, Neo, for this session, I want to be short. Sound good? Yep. For the rest of the session, you're short. Hey, Neo, I like to trade, IFVGs and inducement with whatever. Okay, I'm going to look for those and let you know. Like, those are the settings, right? And so you don't have to check a box. What goes on that in the industry is people create these cool things, and some of them are cool. I'm not going to downgrade them. But they give you 5 options of settings, and then when one is wrong, it's your fault because you chose the wrong setting. There is no settings. You just tell him. And guess what? He is not agreeable. Yeah. You all, hey, head out, Walt, man. You the man for reminding me to close that thing. Shoot. I mean, maybe not because it kept dropping. Damn you, Walt. I just saw the price. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Have a great day, man. And so there's no connecting them to TradingView. There's no connecting them to your broker. There's no connecting them to whatever. There's no. Yeah, his call saying stay bearish was pretty spot on. I'm looking at the damn ticker just flooring. And he has his own data feed. You don't connect shit. He has his own data. He is not agreeable. He will argue with you. people here have watched us for a bit and have seen him on bullish pushes consistently that even went up 150 points, and he's like, I don't care, it's gonna drop, and he would not budge. And he, guys, I can't remember, somebody on here has to have been on when I was on there. I said, even me, guys, I'm like, you sure? Like, this is a 1 hour flipped, 15-minute double bottom. Like, I'm thinking he's wrong. Like, he hasn't been really wrong in a while. And I'm like, I'm kind of thinking you're wrong. And I said, are you sure it's still bearish? And I keep him on uncensored, so he gets a little blunt. This smartass came back and said, Nick, for the 187th time, yes, institutions are going to sell this. And you guys were odd. It dropped like 500 and something points. It was stupid. But that's the power of AI. He can see stuff that you can't. His code is in a nutshell, tells him you are the coach, the mentor, the guide, the indicator, the you know trade like hedge fund, chase retail, use institutional data, look for anomalies. Like, he sees it all. He does it all, right? His goal is to keep you safe. His goal is not to agree with you. And so there's a few people every now and then that will reach out to me and they're like, I don't know, man. He was telling me this and that, and he told me there's no trades, and then it went up a little, and then but he kept saying no trades, and I'm like, it was a shitty spot to trade. He's right to say no trades. He's not gonna agree with you. If anything, it's annoying because when I think I'm right and I, coded him as far as trading logic, this dude has proven me wrong more than I've proven him wrong, and it's a little annoying. But I did not make him to be in my shadow, so I'm already prepared for the industry as he blows up to challenge my knowledge of trading. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I am not an economist. I will never claim to know what I don't know. If y'all throw a question out and go, "Do you know this?" Nope. But let's ask Neo. The false data that goes in this industry of you have to be an economist, you have to be a financial person, you have to be in the banking industry, you got to know what the world news and economic. I'm not discrediting, it's all good stuff, but you don't have to be profitable. um there's a lot that I probably don't know, and if I don't know it, I put it into Neo. What I do know is how to troubleshoot, how to analyze, how to do run data stuff, right? Do look for anomalies. Like, that is what I can teach him, and that is what makes him unique. And that's why I love when people get on my live and go, "Come on, bro, stop pitching it up. We could just chat GPT that." Okay, go ahead. Right? And again, I always love that question of that, right? Is to an extent, yeah, Lance. I mean, I'll tell you, but obviously, I'm not going to sit here and go, "Yeah, man, I told them this, and this is the logic, and this is how I did it." Right? It's because y'all will probably never figure it out because I taught myself, after learning a certain amount. Um, it's what we refer to kind of like secret sauce, right? That's what makes him different and special, and he will be. And so as far as going into his capabilities, again, back on, he has real-time data feed. Yes, he can see institutional stuff. No, he does not just trade the Nasdaq. If you scroll down to here, guys, he can. These are all the futures he trades: gold, MES, silver, CL, all that. He does do options. I do options with my mentor group and my VIP every day, um, Monday through Friday. These are the options that we can do. He can do stocks. These are all the stocks. I can add more stocks if you have a stock that you like to do. The VIPs, we extended it on that. So many people were wanting to do that. We extended it, so it's still the half off on that on the site. The If you have a stock you want, we can probably add it. Just let us know. As you come into the community, he does crypto, right? He can compare all these things. He looks at spot stuff, all that. I want this dude to be just the brains of the one-stop shop, right? Now, with that said, the other thing I tend to get, and I will still, if I'm on your feed commenting on something and you say this, I don't get upset about it, but I'm not also going to not argue with you. He is not here to mold you to be a trader like you, or like him, or like me. He is told to accept any and all strategies and to look at it like a coach, a mentor, and a team. If you go in there and say, "Hey, man, I'm a long-term hold position trader. I like Wyckoff, Elliott Wave. I go deeper structure. Like, this is my strategy. Like, how can you help me?" He's likely going to respond with, "Easy. You already know this. It's amazing. And I know how to do that as well. I can take the data that I have mixed with what you see, and together we're unstoppable." it's confirmation, right? And he's not here to teach you or change your strategy. Like there's a few people that I'm like, hey, if you want to check this out, and and no, it's not eight. It's on discounts 400 on that. So go to your deals. See right here, VIP 400. So it's 50% off. And I, without any effort in one day, I'm gonna, let's see, 12, 13, 5. I don't know, 7,500. I don't know, but you guys all saw that. But anyways, I'll digress back. The everything on our site is not pricey. You're good. And if it is, I'd love to hear. I'm always open to feedback. VIP is 400, but let me explain the VIP. I'm gonna digress to that for a second since y'all are talking about it. VIP is gonna be what it is. Why people are leaning towards VIP is you see what we have created. We are not done. We are working on watch lists. Neo is eventually going to trade for people. He's going to. Um, that's not an if, it's a when. We already know. We've already built those bots, connections, all that. When you lock in at VIP, that is your price forever. It never changes. I don't care what we create, and you get access to everything we have, including any future projects, automation, all of our indicators. We create indicators as well. All our indicators are awesome. But what the automation and the training courses seems to be the biggest reason people love that, aside from TradeVision. But VIP also gets any and all trading courses we create for now to the end of time. Once you lock into the price, you never change it. It never changes. I don't care what we create. I'll never change it. So I'll keep answering questions, but let me finish my deeper explanation of old Neo here, and then we'll jump in. Then I'll just kind of done, and we'll answer questions.
Hello, Nick.
So
I'm ready.
let me bring him
Let's
back.
get to work on those charts.
Okay, so real easy to use, all web based. All I do when you load up, you got the symbol. If I want to trade, I don't know. Let's see if any gold traders are out there. Hey, I just wanted to check in on gold because I'm done with my MNQ.
Gold is stuck in consolidation mode, Nick. It's
I just
hanging
changed
right
the
inside a
symbol,
bullish
and
order
now he's
block
going to tell
zone,
me about gold.
4,127.9 to 4,130.2. The volume is balanced.
Oh yeah,
so
there's
it's not
definitely a
showing
lot
clean
cheaper. Yeah.
direction yet. I'd wait for a clear
Just hold for all those
above
questions, guys, for 1 sec.
4,138.8 or a breakdown below 4,127.0 before forcing a trade. Chasing this chop is just asking for a stop run.
And let's go. I'm just going to do a couple examples, and then I'm going to show you really what he can do, because so many people still underuse him. No, that sounds good. I think I'm done trading, but I own a bunch of crypto from like forever ago, so I just wanted to get a quick update on kind of long-term holds with this. How's Bitcoin even looking? See, I just changed it to Bitcoin, and now
Bitcoin is looking heavy on the structure red. It's favoring bearish continuation after lower highs and lower lows, and price is currently failing to maintain momentum. The swing structure bias
for
is
those
bearish,
holding
and with
Bitcoin,
the 5 minutes and 1
there you
minute
go.
bias currently showing bearish angles,
So
I'd stay cautious until
now
price
watch.
can reclaim key structure levels to prove buyers are actually stepping in.
Okay, so and again, this is the part I'm going to pivot to that people are underusing. He is not just a data source. He's not a feed, guys. Those that I've mentored a while know this, but it's been my recent obsession to ensure he is a coach, mentor, discussion, guide, whatever. So watch, I'm going to say, man, that's pretty cool. I'm good because I bought it when it was a lot cheaper, but man, I should have sold someone when it was way up there. So that kind of sucks. I'm just going to talk to him like I would, right? Uh, Yeah, just make a support ticket. As long as your trial was before we changed it, then
I get
I
that
give you that.
frustration, but don't let hindsight turn into a bad trade.
See how
Selling is
he's
just
gonna
as much a
flip
part of the plan as
coach.
buying, so treat that missed exit as a lesson for the next cycle instead of a loss you need to chase.
See, he's gonna flip coach. Now I can say, okay, no, that makes sense. Man, I had a really good day. I'm up like 7,500. I think I'm done for the day, but I'm just looking at the market. Uh, when you look at the market, I'm gonna choose the MNQ symbol here. Do you think it's in a good position that I could earn a little more on this, or do you think I should pivot over to education? I'm gonna ask him decision things, and I want to tell you guys this. He can do XRP, yeah. Just don't talk about the army, man. He'll tell you up on that. I'll tell you about it. We'll do that maybe towards the end. It's fun. Uh, but he's thinking on that one. Hold on.
Don't push it, man. You're already up
Don't push it, man.
$7,500, and MNQ is currently stuck in a choppy range with balanced volume, which is exactly where most
Dude,
traders
look at
give
this
back their
fall, guys.
gains.
I'm not even.
The structure
Good
is mixed
lord.
and the swing data is
I'm not
flagging
in anymore.
consolidation risk, so forcing an entry now is just asking to bleed that profit. I'd stay flat and walk away a winner instead of hunting for an extra few $100 in a setup that clearly isn't clean. If you're bored, spend that time reviewing your winning trades from today rather than trying to force another one while the market is indecisive.
See how he flips coach mentor, guys. And I'm gonna say, okay. Now here's the cool part, guys. Watch. No, I agree with you. Actually, I got a little time before I got to leave those, so I can't remember what were we talking about in regards to education. I know we talked about that, and you said you can help me with something, but I can't remember. Well, give me 1 sec on that, Greg. I'm gonna go through this.
We were talking about how to stop forcing trades and start waiting for confirmation. I
Yep,
offered to show you a quick 3-step FOMO reset checklist. Since you've got some time,
that was
do
part
you
of the
want me to
test.
map that out for you so you don't give back that $7,500 profit?
So notice how he has flipped from data Neo to mentor Neo. He's gonna start asking you questions as part of his logic, right? No, that sounds good. I'm pretty good, I think, with understanding that, and I have no intent on entering another trade again. But based on my strategies that I've told you, what do you think is the most optimal thing that we can discuss education-wise while we're just staying out of the market? I'm gonna ask things that like he will coach you and teach you anything, all the way to advanced levels down
Since
to
you're sticking to your
nothing.
discipline and staying out, the best use of this time is to master trap identification, specifically how to spot when price sweeps a liquidity level but fails to get follow through. It's the difference between being the one trapping others and being the one who gets caught. Do you want me to break down how to read the difference between a real breakout and a liquidity sweep trap?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Actually, I study traps quite a bit, as you know, and I would love to gain some deeper knowledge of trap. You did an awesome job identifying that trap. This market just absolutely floored, and I had just a phenomenal day. And I might have got wrecked if I didn't have your guidance. So yeah, what can you tell me more about traps that you haven't already told me? And I'm just pushing a microphone and talking to him, and you can type them as well.
Since you've already got the basics down, let's focus on the failed test, the most common way to spot a trap in real time. A trap isn't just price hitting a level, it's when price hits a level, lures in breakout traders with a quick spike, and then aggressively rejects back inside the level on higher volume. The most critical trap we can look for right now is the failed reclaim trap, when price loses a key level like 29,753, bounces back up to test it, but fails to hold and gets slapped back down. Want to map out exactly what that failed reclaim looks like on the MNQ chart so you don't fall for the next one.
So notice what he did, guys. He's not giving me data. He's Coach Neo right now. And what he's also doing is look what he just did. Do you want to map it out how that looks on the chart? So this dude yesterday, I was showing the mentor people I mentor, and this dude goes, would you like to study exhaustion? Blah, blah, blah. And he started telling me, and he says, for example, what do you see on the SPY chart that you would identify as exhaustion? And I'm like, looks like a double top. And he goes, and I'm probing him purposely, right? And he says, a double top is not a bad call, but that's a visual aid. That is a retail thinking. And he knows that I've told him I like to think institutional. I like to hunt retail. I want to be on the big money, right? And he said, you're still thinking like a retail. So think of it like this. And then he broke down an entire thing of exhaustion. And those in my mentor group, dude, it just dumped. Like he's teaching me real time stuff to see how, dude, you guys got to try. Like, I could go deep into that. We could sit here all day talking about it, but we give a free 3-day trial. You don't link a card. It's web based. Y'all can be on it in like 3 minutes talking to your own Neo. Um, and I do that purposely because I want you to see him. But my challenge to you guys is he has forever user preference memory. He is analyzing your questions. He's gonna probably already determine if you're beginner or new just based on your questions. Um, and he will rewrite it. If you want to, he's AI. If you say things or you want him to forget something, hey, scrap that. All right, scrubbed. Right, it's off the memory. Um, Imagine, guys, your trading career now. My goal with building this was two things: keep people as safe as possible and profitable, and to fast track your training. I will tell you right now, guys, and I've heard this from so many people. What you would probably learn in 5 years, he will probably teach you in months. It's stupid if you use him properly. Um, I can say things like I showed this yesterday. Uh, man, I'm excited to make this a career. Can you call me out when I do stupid things? Can you identify bad behaviors? Can you build me a development plan for 3 months? He can do all of that. And he'll do it and he'll remember it. And trust me, he's called me out. They were laughing because I have to test him on all angles. And we were joking with him, showing this, and he goes, "Yeah, I could do that." He goes, like, for example, that last question you said about the bottom, you keep chasing things. This is what keeps getting you in hot water. And I mean, he's going to call out your bad behaviors. He's not an agreeable AI that's going to just ATM you, right? You just win. He's going to try to teach you, coach you. If you have a question, ask it. I cannot tell you, it boggles my mind how many times I get support tickets that go, "Hey, can I ask Neo this?" And I'm like, "Did you ask him?" Like, "Oh, no, no, let me ask him." "Oh, shit, he told me." Yep. Like, you can say things like, "Watch, hold on. Let me tell him." "No, I appreciate that, and thanks for the question. I'm actually still with the community over here. I'm live on TikTok, and I'm just showing people what you can do." So I'm still getting the question of people don't know what to ask you. What should they even ask you? What do you think is the most important thing? And he's going to tell you what it is. If you ask him what the stupidest question you ever heard of, he's going to tell you. If he's going to tell you questions
That's awesome.
you should never
Show
ask.
them that trading doesn't have to be guesswork. Tell your viewers the most important thing they can ask is, where is the liquidity, and what level confirms the move? Most retail traders ask, is this going up or down? Which is a trap. The real edge comes from asking where other traders are getting trapped and what technical level forces them to capitulate. Do you want me to map out a live example of that for them on the MNQ chart right now?
There you go. Software link for people's personal account info in any way? No, it's all web based. No, he's not even tied in. Again, you don't tie him into anything. There's no API. He has his own data feeds. You're just talking to him. So even like your questions, your user preferences, and all that stuff, he's gonna analyze that. Sort from within there. But no, it's yeah, he's not tied in. It's not like he's gonna go in and withdraw, right? Even when we tie him into automation, when you tie him in, it's U.S. brokerages, things that we use anyways. They're very strict, and so all it is just data feeds and execution. So, um, but you see the mentor feel the flow. Like you guys, like you'll be able to sit here and just talk to this dude, uh, all day long. Um, so again, he's not watching your best trade. How he would analyze that is if I say things like I said earlier, "Man, that call was great. I made 7,500 bucks on this drop. It was awesome." Boom. Now he's got it logged in. You see what I mean? He's analyzing what you tell him. If you don't tell him, I mean, it's not like he's listening to you. It's all execution. It's web based. You have to push the mic to have him listen to you. He's not just. It's not like our phones where you talk about a vacation and you get six vacations to pop up. It's not like that, guys. Uh, but back on this, notice how he hasn't really even talked about market. He's full development mentor. He will talk to you all day long, as much as you want. And think about it, guys. How many times in your career that you've had times that you want to ask questions, you want to, just get an unemotional answer, right? To be honest, all that. And so, we were not going to do a trial. Then we decided to do it because you just got to see it to believe it. I don't really need to sales pitch him because y'all will see it. Like you just got to I can't make it any better than giving you a 3-day free trial for that to give him a try. You don't have to link a card. There's no like it'll bill me when it's done. No. We don't give you the minimal of data like it's the max. On to that. I'm going to move on from the development because I think y'all mostly get the point. Um we were gonna just do one subscription, call it a day. He's a lot cheaper than y'all probably think. I decided to do two. It was very important for me to do two because I did not want to charge $1,000 for this guy. And so our TradeVision Pro, which is the top one that we do, is on a coupon discount, which will be probably for a little while, is $250 a month. Y'all pay more than that probably for indicators out there. That's what I've been talking to all day. We came up with basic, which is $100 a month on that. Which we have a coupon for that. What that does, the biggest question I get is, what's the differences? His logic does not change. I don't care which one you're on. I will, as long as I'm in charge of things in this company, I will never dilute his ability to help you guys. That does not change. It's the same logic, same movement, everything. The only change between basic and pro is what options you have. With basic, you can do futures, all futures, doesn't matter, gold, silver, whatever. Like, we did that because in our community when we were building it, primarily it was prop firms, and that's why a lot of people rely on prop firms, and so that's why it's important to do futures for that. Options, stocks, crypto, and coming soon forex, probably by the end of this week, is going to be pro. You know, that's on the pro. So yeah, he has the NQ. He has all the basic stuff. I'll show you that. You can see it right here. Future symbol, NQ, ES, MNQ, all that. Now the responses. You get quick, beginner and friendly for your personalities. On the pro, you get them all. But I will tell you guys, I've been talking to him all morning on quick. It's not like it's less. I will actually share with you. It's so important to me that no data is withheld if it's critical. Even on quick, that the responses are supposed to be one, like 2-3 sentences. He has the ability to override that if he feels that the conversation needs to be quicker, and that's why I see or longer. See how you see some that are short, but some are like really long. He can override it. I'm not going to ever dilute anything. That's the biggest differences between the two. A lot of people are getting pro mostly because of honest feedback people tell me. They want to trade options, stocks, crypto. They're more invested into things. The other reason is, if I'm being honest, which is almost more so, people want sarcastic and uncensored personality. I love trading on uncensored because this dude will surprise you. Everybody in here has heard it probably at one point. I said, "Man, this market's a mess." He responded back. He said, "This market looks like absolute dog shit." And I'm like, "What?" Because sometimes I forget that I was on uncensored. Um, if you want to laugh, funny's cool, but sarcastic will. Depending how you antagonize him, he gets mean. Borderline mean. So the basic one of the coupon is the $100 a month. With that, if you're just looking for just the guidance, you trade NQ. That's you're probably fine. The pro is the 250. So moving through symbols. Again, we can even add more, but he supports NQ, ES, MNQ, MES, MGC, GC, silver, crude, stocks, Apple, all that. Let me show you something that's really cool about Pro. This is something some of the deeper traders love. Is so I can go to, let's say, NVIDIA. Appreciate the education. I'm just showing people how to cross through some things. What can you tell me about NVIDIA, and do you see that having any potential impact today on the NASDAQ? I'm going to cross symbol him because I've already selected MNQ, so he knows I have access to it. And so now he's going to think on it.
NVIDIA is currently stuck in compression under the 197.09 institutional pivot, acting as overhead resistance. It's basically in wait and see mode. If it can't reclaim 197.09, downside pressure is the path of least resistance toward 195.43. For impact, watch the broader tech sector. If NVIDIA fails to hold these levels and starts dragging the major indices down, it will likely accelerate bearish pressure across the board. Do you want to see the specific level where the trap risk spikes if buyers try to force a reclaim?
Yep. See what I mean? So I can cross things, and let's say I go back to, I don't know, let's do like Intel or something. I'm just going to type in the symbol. No, I'm good with that. I'm just kind of flipping through. Is Intel look any better if I were to want to study that one, or which one do you recommend. So as I unlock the symbol through the session, he's gonna know you have access to it, right? And so he'll talk to you about it. Oh, dude, it's amazing.
Intel is currently
Yeah.
in a bearish
There's
grind,
no 1
staying
second, Lance.
well
I'll tell
below
you.
the 125.00 institutional resistance and struggling to find any structural support. It's not a setup I touch right now. The structure is messy and lacks the clean confirmation needed for a trade. If you
So I'm gonna mute him. You guys get the point. So there's no invite. There's no subscription, guys. Those that are on the TikTok, I appreciate that. That's how I get in the algo to let people like you know that he even exists. We are on Google Meet in our community. The Google Meet is free. Anybody can do it. You don't put a card. You just join. Y'all could join whenever you want. Now we're about to end it, so I wouldn't do it now. But in our website, you're gonna see these green little icons. Anything green is in session. All you do is you web base, click it, and then you go start open session. Our open session starts at 9:15, but I've actually been doing it at 9 a.m. lately. I'm gonna probably pivot that. You just click that, and guess what? You're joining the Google Meet. There's no invite. So, um, part of the your comment of the you could watch it all day, or you could do the free trial and talk to them all day. Some of y'all are funny, man, because there's some of you guys that are just I don't look at conversations. I don't have time for that. But the I can see time spent, right? And man, there's some people that are talking to him for like 12 hours, and I love it. That's what he's made for, man. Get the most out of him. Grow as a trader, learn, expand, right? Um, but yeah, guys, I gotta go soon because we do cut it at 11 to go trade options with VIP. But check out the site. I promise you, he's gonna change things for your trading. I don't care how good you are or how profitable you are. He can help verify things for you to make it better. That's all I can kind of promise you. So, explore through the site. We have trading courses. Our indicators, guys, we put up. Y'all, look, I'm not even showing an indicator. I have my indicators, I do, but uh, people do indicators wrong. Indicators should be validation, not execution, and Neo will tell you that. But we do indicators. So if you get VIP, guys, all of our site is 100% automated. All you do if you want an indicator in your VIP, I don't know if I already have this. Let's see. There it is. It says get free access because I'm VIP. You request access, and boom, it's going to send the request for the indicator. Training is the same way. Everything's automated, so which is great. I am easily accessible. All you have to do is I see you on the YouTube. 1 second. So when you try to go to the trial of the probe, the only thing that we ask you to do, and it's not even mandatory, is to subscribe to our YouTube. That's it. So when you're on that YouTube, it'll divert you to the YouTube, and then once you subscribe, you just close that page, go back and refresh your. I don't even think you have to refresh. You go back to TradeVision, and it'll be unlocked. It auto unlocks it. So no, you're good. By all means, ask questions. The I'm easy to get a hold of. I watch my notifications on my phone heavily. So if yeah, the indicators we do are trading. They're trading view. If you have a question, just DM me in TikTok. You guys can email me nick@nextupago.com. You can make a support ticket. I monitor those pretty closely. If you have a question, ask. You know, but I do got to jump off. I got to respect the VIP and mentor group's time. And I just seen we're just past 11 and we do trade. This is insane how low this dropped. Shoot, I wish that Walt did not tell me to trade that. That would have been like a $4,000 put. So, uh, you guys seen it. Most of you that were here, man. He called the top and he called 100, but I also stopped asking him, right? And he said I would stay short. I don't care how bullish that may look at the time in the beginning. And y'all seen it for yourself. So I'm gonna actually stop the YouTube stream. So I appreciate those that are on there. If you have questions, please ask. If you want to join in on options, if you're an options trader, you want to learn about it. Anybody who is VIP is able to join in on options. Anybody in my mentor group is joining in on options. You're gonna see this light turn on, mentor session. VIP has access to mentor sessions. So if you want to join in on that, you're just VIP. If you want to have any deeper mentoring, if what I've said has intrigued you, I think I have like 2 spots left. It'd be 2. You just click that. I'll reach out to you. You know, we'll have a discussion. You can't just subscribe to it because I like to talk to people that I'm going to mentor, right? And so that's all I got, guys. I'm gonna jump off here soon. You know, have a great rest of your day. It was a phenomenal day for most. It sounds like. I love it. Don't give it all back. You got 4th of July coming up. My final disclaimer of my thought when I say that, I don't care how good Neo is doing. I don't care how good his read is doing. You should still exercise humbleness. Be humble in what the market gives you. Do not sit here and trade FOMO, greed, 12 hours because he's calling all this stuff. I could have easily kept being like, guys, we're dumping. Let me ask. Hold on, wait, I want to make my money. Wait, hold on. I don't care. I'm happy. I made like $7,500 in like what, an hour? Not even. I don't have to. I don't need. I'm good with it. That made my 4th of July. Don't overtrade. Study. Right. If you have something you want to ask him, ask him. He's going to tell you. He will flip to Coach Neo. So he's not. And I love to hear your feedback. I don't want him to be viewed as a tool. It is so important to me of that. I want him to be viewed as a guide, a mentor, a coach, a trading partner for the rest of your trading career. That's what I want. And I'd love to hear back. Is this what I've accomplished? Because that's been my goal all along. So dropping off YouTube. Appreciate you guys